Sunrise is usually the signal to start another day's fishing, and after the wind settled a little, it was time to push on to a new spot. We could have stayed put for a week and never fished the same place twice, but time was not on our side. We had plenty more distance to cover. Relatively speaking, we moved to the deep water of 15 metres, and if we timed the tides right, our mate and Exmouth identity, Harry Butler, reckoned he could put us on some great little reef to try some jigging. After a really windy morning and an even windy and rocky night, we've moved a few miles to give a bit of fishing off the boat a go. We're jigging, we're using a variety of jigs, and we're at Harry Butler's secret spot X. And we're going to drop the jigs down and see what we get. He reckons you can get everything here from coral trout to cod to trevally, everything. And we'll see if he's true to his word and see what's down there. So we'll give it a bash and should be a good day. And although it was still a little rocky from the morning breeze, Harry was true to his word. The place was a ripper. We've been jigging. We got onto a school of goldens, I'd guess. Oh, look at them. Whoa! I'm in a bit of trouble here, mate.
How'd it go through there, Ben?
Have to, don't know. I'm going under here. I think I'm out this way. I can't even see my line. It's like spaghetti out here at the moment. These can be a pretty stubborn fish. I've got a whiptail jig on and whoa. And so often like these fish, Biggles, I'm coming your way. Oh, they'll very often take these on the drop. Now we're triple hooked up.
It's been a most uncooperative fish though, under the boat.
He's still fairly dogged. I can see colour down there now, which is a relief for me. It's coming now.
We're not sure who's in control at this point. Great fish, Ben.
Yeah.
Big, ugly, brassy.
Yeah, meet my new boss.
Was that on the whiptail?
Yep.
Fantastic.
Finally, the tired brassy was at the
Biggles.
surface and ready for dehooking and a quick Has release. he got a thing on him?
I have, yeah.
Hold on. Just drop him. Oh.
Well done, boys.
Hey!
Good effort.
Well done.
Good grab,
Great
Biggles.
fish.
Oh, thank you. It's a nice fish. He gave a fair account for himself. I'll just see if I can grab him around the tail. These things got very sharp tail
Scoots.
ankles.
Well, mate, that's a pretty good part of a triple hookup, which got brassies this size.
Biggles got a mac tuner in the same spot.
Biggles
at the
got a
same
mac tuner.
time.
How good's that? I mean, they are such tough fish. I mean, that's as strong as any trevally fight I've had for a while.
Yeah, and you know what I love about so many areas is if you don't know what you're going to hook next.
Yeah.
You know, we fish in a lot of places where you know the fish is going to be the same. You go somewhere like this, different fish every time.
Yeah.
Just makes it a challenge and exciting. I reckon this bloke's probably due to have his freedom back. Okay, off you go, mate.
Beautiful.
Storm's off.
Good effort, guys.
Good
He's
fish.
saying, what's all that about?
That made my day.
The action remained
better get
thick
some
and
more.
fast over the session, and each time Harry positioned the boat over the lump, the action started again.
You were just jigging it up and down the bottom or retrieving it up?
Just on the drop.
How often do these things get hit on the drop?
A lot. They get it.
Oh,
Oh.
this looks very, very cod-like. It's a lovely cod too.
Look at the box on the
Beautiful.
What sort of cod is that one, Harry? A Malabar. I'll let you do the honours there.
Oh, lovely one, Biggles. One thing about these cod, is they stink.
Yeah.
You gonna pick him up, Biggles?
Yep.
They give a really good account for themselves, these cod. It's amazing how hard they can pull. They're not bad eating, these. Some people like them, some people don't, but very, very nice cod, but he's obviously going back to back home. He's off. Oh, I saw that. I just saw that flash out of the corner of my eye.
Oh, he walloped it. I was just bringing a little jerky retrieve up to the top. Whack! I think it's another brassy by the look of him.
What lure is it on?
I've just got the old twisty jig.
Oh, right, what you hooked up
40
earlier
gram.
on. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, oh well, I'm glad that you're the one who's got it this time.
Thanks, man. Hopefully it's not as much hard work as the last one.
Oh, no, it doesn't look it.
Nah. Just relaxed out there.
Beautiful gloves, Mike.
Thanks, mate.
I love the skin
The
tones.
flesh colour, you like that? It's just a whole part of the sun awareness thing, you know. I look after myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy's been going for about, I don't know, 40, 50 seconds, just going that way. Not much I can do about it, really. Still got a good head of steam up.
How much line you reckon you got on there, Mike?
Not as much as I had a minute ago. I don't know. Oh, it's changing colour down there.
Is that a bad sign?
That's not a good sign. He's gone a fair way.
Do you want to chase that?
We might have to do something.
Harry?
We go that way,
I
Harry.
think we'll have to go up, mate.
Oh, I think you will now, yeah. We're down to, oh, there's a knot. There's a knot, so that's probably not a good sign. There's my top shot gone. Like to get that knot back on the reel. There we go.
Yeah, I bet that knot hasn't seen the light of day for a while,
Not for a
Mike.
while, no.
You're retrieving a bit of line now.
Oh, we got back probably 150, 200 metres then, I think.
Oh, that's good, Harry, there, thanks.
Don't do that.
Oh, look
Don't
at
do
that beat of the tail.
Don't do that. Out you come. Round this way. Round this way. Got a grip, Ben?
I got him!
Beautiful.
Oh.
Oh, look at that.
He doesn't weigh as much as mine.
Nah, nothing
I
like
love it.
it.
It's a lovely fish.
That's a great fish.
Yeah.
Look at that. Lovely little 55 gram twisty jig right in the corner of the mouth. It's where they're supposed to hook them.
That's the smallest one of the range, the 55.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, it's just great for the shallow water.
Very slab-sided, big pectoral, so you can see why they're such tough customers. Let's get that hook out and let's get him back in the water. Easy out of the side of the mouth.
All right. Thank you, Chev. Made my afternoon. It made me about 10 years older. The old spear in, release. There he goes. Woohoo! See ya.
After a prolific jig session, it was time again to cover some miles and head down into the dirty water. Harry led us through a passage he knew right through the bommy-strewn, uncharted sections of the Gulf. Charging at 20 knots through the brown water, Harry's knowledge of the area was vital in making safe passage. Late in the afternoon, we headed into a shallow but protected anchorage up a mangrove creek. We stirred up some mud and narrowly made into a very fishy looking creek. We timed our arrival to catch the last of the high tide, so we headed out for a look round.
what a contrast this is to yesterday. Yesterday we were on the coral reefs, clear water, beautiful, beautiful blue water fishing around the islands, and here we are in mangrove-lined creeks on the Eastern Gulf. Only 30 miles away. We could be a world away, Mike.
It is another world. It's an interesting area, isn't it? It's a bit of a fishing wilderness.
Yeah, but it also gives you so many options. Like you can come and fish creeks, we can fish the rock walls out the front of the creeks, we can fish the sandbars, whereas we can go to the offshore islands. There's so many diverse options here.
Yeah, this is great. You know, there's a little bit of a breeze going this morning and we'd be able to tuck in here out of it. It's just like no wind. It's so pleasant.
Often this area is great for trevally and jacks, but things were definitely turned off. So we headed to the rock walls that looked so fishy on the way
We're
in.
now fishing the eastern side of the Gulf. We're in the dirty water now. But you can't dig around these rocks for jacks in particular, but there's also a few goldens in the deeper water. Doesn't look bad, does it, Mike?
Oh, very fishy around the end of these rocks with the water, the tide coming past there. Should be washing food past. It's a natural ambush spot.
We'd love a little bit higher water, but I reckon we'll give it a fairly good crack. We'll see what...
With these spots, they're right in under the ledges. You've really got to get your lure right there. You snag up occasionally, and if you're not doing that, you're probably not fishing right. Got to be close. Look at this little crevice here, like that sort of spot. It's very likely to hold a fish waiting in ambush. Jumping fish.
Might be a barramundi. Whoa!
Giant herring.
Giant herring.
That'll
Nice
do.
fish,
Get the lure
Mike.
out of the water, Biggles.
Whoa!
Beauty.
I love these things.
Oh, so do I. Oh, don't you love giant herring?
Awesome.
Oh yeah, baby. I love you. There he goes. That's what they do, giant herring. They're very good at that.
Casting to the walls, we were focused on jacks, but it wasn't until the tide dropped and the sun met the horizon that things began to light up and made for an awesome
Is that a
session.
good barracuda, Mike?
Probably a good barracuda.
It's a bit better than the average barracuda.
Probably a very good barracuda. Fairly mowed it out. I wonder if it's a
These are
golden
trevallies.
trevally or something. A lot of head shaking though.
Come around.
Sorry.
You're gonna get toasted.
This is a sizable fish.
I've been trolling this rock wall for about 20 minutes, half an hour, and just on sunset it's gone lively.
Lively? It's an understatement.
And yes, lively is an understatement. We're getting hit after hit after hit right on sunset.
This feels weighty.
What lure are you on, Mike?
I've got the little baby hammer. Oh, excuse me.
What are you on, Biggles? Laser Pro 120. Biggles is standby lure.
Well, I think the 85 hammer could be my new favourite lure.
It's a golden, isn't it?
A couple of golden wouldn't surprise me. Biggles have got colour. Oh, it's not a bad brassy probably, or golden. The shape of a brassy.
I wonder if he's got any friends. Ah, you're putting a bit of hurt on him, Biggles. Not like washing up gloves are designed. Oh, tea-towels. Beautiful stuff.
Nice, Biggles.
How you going there, Mike?
Yeah, well, I thought I had it all over, but he's just got a bit of a new lease on life. Second wind. He's got that bit tired lugging. There he is.
Have you done that knob up on the top, Mike?
Yeah, I have, mate. Good grab, man. Oh, what a beautiful coloured fish. Look at the colours on this bloke. Woo.
Great fish.
Way to end the
Still
day.
pretty lively.
What a great way to end the day. Two beautiful golden trevally.
Great
Take a
fun
few,
on
man.
Lake here, aren't they, Mike?
Yeah. Oh, mate, how good's that? Oh,
Great end
Gee, they
to a
gave us
great
that was a
day.
workout,
Right.
didn't they? Oh, mate, that was terrific.
And I think we're not in the water's about 2 metres.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What a hot session and what a way to finish it. You've got to love this place.
Absolutely.
All right, dude. Beautiful. You get a couple bit?
Yeah, they're lovely photos.
This thing is so brightly coloured. It was so lit up. There you go. Swam off like a beauty.
But with fading light and low tide, coupled with a frightening reef system, we headed back to Mandalay before we lost all daylight.
Boys, that was good.
It was an amazing, amazing time.
The hottest little session you wouldn't believe. You know, we'd trolled for about an hour and a half with just a few little cod and things, and just as the sun hit the horizon, went crazy. Everything was going. We're getting barracuda, we're getting giant herring that jumped off, we're getting all sorts of things happening, and then suddenly we hit a couple of beautiful golden trevally right at the end. Magic session. You got to love the Gulf.
Yeah, couldn't ask for a better session than that.
Ah, yeah. That was
Perfect
hot.
way to end the day.
Perfect. Ooh, can't wait for the morning.
As is often the case with fishing trips, you often have to leave a hot area in order to meet a tide change in another location. Our last session for the trip was planned for a sandbar we knew right near the bottom of the Gulf, some 20 to 30 miles of steaming away. In near perfect conditions, Mandalay mowed down the miles to our final location. We were fortunate to have the benefit of a larger boat to cover more ground and get to some more remote regions. But much of this style of fishing can be successfully carried out from a shore-based tinny or a ski within many areas of the Ningaloo Marine Park and surrounding waters.
We've just moved about 20 miles to a little sandy, rocky island right down in the middle of the Gulf. The wind's dropped, the tide's low, it's just starting to come up, and we hope that as the tide comes up that some giant herring and possibly queenies will come up over these flats. I'm going to be casting a 20 grain twisty, but we'll see what we can get on these flats over the next couple of hours. There should be some great activity.
When you're fishing flats like these, polarised glasses are an absolute essential. You're not so much looking just for fish, you're looking for hints of fish, you know, a shadow, a dark smudge, even a bit of structure that a fish might hang around. If you see a shark swimming by or a ray, quite often they've got travelling companions, you know, trevally often. And you're looking to cast pretty much at any unusual thing you see. Of course, if you can see fish, so much the better, but you can't do much without polarised glasses.
Hey Biggles, after putting in the hard yards, mate. Got a bit of footage on him underwater. Oh, cool.
Aren't they great looking fish, Ben?
Mate, I was watching that from the distance, just jumping. Just jumping. Oh, unreal. Let's get him out. Difficult things to stay hooked. Biggles, I'll stay on the outside. Well done, mate. Great. You put in the bloody yards out there, you deserved it. Do you want to get him up? I'm going to stand here ready to catch him if he decides to go haywire.
Like that?
Well, it hasn't been a fast session today. The tide's been slowly coming in, but you did the hard yards, fishing out there, wading out through all those rocks, and you got one. You got a lovely little giant herring. And what sort of take were you doing, Biggles?
Oh, just a quick burn and stop sort of retrieve. So start, stop, start, stop.
Did you only get the one hit?
I've had a couple of hits out there, but it's been tough. There's been a lot of casts in between. So.
You know what I reckon? I reckon we need a bit more water on these reefs and it'll work. The worst thing is, this is our last afternoon and this is all we've got. We've got about an hour left. This is one of the best sport fish down here. They're acrobatic, they jump, they leap all over the place, they rip line off. And if you're looking for one of the best light tackle sport fish around, this is it. And if you haven't caught one, you've got to come here and try and get one.
Well, we thrashed the water around the flats for hours for very little action. It was really a case of you should have been here last week. On identical tides and conditions, we'd experienced sensational giant herring fishing, but today it was just hard work. We jumped off a few, but it was Biggles wading out deep in the shark and stingray infested waters that scored a mid-sized giant herring. Casting into a moderate breeze, his trusty twisty did the job and secured the capture.
I think the tides have been against us at this spot, Mike. It's a beautiful spot. We've got a few fish today, but it hasn't fired.
Hard work. I mean, it's truly spectacular, this little
It's
fit.
magic.
Just great.
It's hard to beat just standing on little sand caves like this and casting out over sand flats and spotting queenies and all sorts of stuff cruising around.
Yeah, well, we've both been here before and got quite spectacular fishing, so it was, today was just a little bit disappointing, but still good to be here.
It's a good reason to come back.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's time for us to head home after a few extraordinary days of fishing. We've had the most diverse fishing action, from fishing coral reefs to big drop-offs in deeper water, to trolling, to casting the rock walls in Exmouth Gulf and some of these sandbars. It's been truly extraordinary, and I just can't wait to come back. What do you reckon, you guys? Time to come back again?
Just to share something like this with a couple of mates is just what life's all about. We've got to come back.
We certainly covered some ground over our short trip and really only scratched the surface of Exmouth's light tackle shallow water fisheries. It's a place of many fishing secrets, many of them yet to be divulged. And I'm looking forward to more trips to better understand this unique region and get stuck into some more great shallow water action.